'cause the music makes me high. And if I only got one more night, I'm gonna leave out alive.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Von. Mr. Von's channel, Sweatbox. We back, we live, we active here on the channel. Yes, indeed. Okay, look, I know I'm super late, but just to be clear, I've been watching them when they came out. I just haven't been doing the reviews, but I'm doing them now, and I'm gonna try to make sure I'll do the next episodes, the future episodes, in a little bit more prompt time, because today I'm actually recording this on Sunday, so episode 3 starts in like 4 hours. But this is my House of the Dragon episode 1 and 2 spoiler review. So let's just get into it. The show came back with a bang. It picks up where it left off right at the end of the season. I mean, it's been like maybe a couple days after Vhagar killed Lucerys Valerian, who was actually Lucerys Strong. We all know, but you know what I'm saying, it's whatever. And this episode is basically dealing with Rhaenyra's grief and the fallout of what Aemon One Eye did. And the culmination of this episode was insane. But before that, the things that I like, first of all, I'm so happy the show's back. The things that I loved in this episode were watching Aegon rule when he was ruling over the council, and he was having to listen to everybody, and he tried to give the dude back his sheep, and stupid ass what's his name, the Hand of the King, Alicent's father. He was like, "We can't give him back. We need his sheep if we got to feed the dragons. We got to feed the dragons." So he was like, "Oh, okay." But then the blacksmith came, and he didn't listen to what's his name on that one. He didn't listen to him. He was like, "Nah, we gonna make sure the blacksmiths get paid." And what did he say? Victory depends on the help of the small folk. Aegon said something to that effect. And what's his name from Hightower? Otto Hightower. That's his name. Otto Hightower. You know, he's forever the snake. Forever the snake. You just can't trust him. You cannot trust him. He was in there continually trying to plot in Aegon's ear. And yeah, that's basically how that episode started. Over in Dragonstone with Daemon. Daemon has a great interaction with Rhaenyra. With Rhaenys. Yeah. The queen that never was, Queen Rhaenys. Yeah, Rhaenys. She's coming back on her dragon, and Daemon tries to get her. He said, "Hey, get back on. I need you to go. We're going to King's Landing to kill Vhagar." I love how casually he said it, like it was going to be easy. Rhaenys was like, "Man, I just got done patrolling. I need to rest. My dragon needs to eat. I ain't going nowhere." Now, Daemon was like, "That's an order. I'm ordering you to do this." Rhaenys was like, "If only you were king." So that was a great scene. Yeah. So then you get the scene of Alicent and one of the dude who might be the hoest thing on the show. Even though he can fight, he's a full hoe. He's a hoe. I'm talking about Sir Criston Cole. But being the fact that I think Alicent is extremely attractive, I couldn't be mad when they show this nigga getting his eat on. I mean, full on eater. He an eater for real. I was like, ooh, wow. Man, had Alicent gripping the wood. I was like, okay, bruh. They was fornicating. So yeah. So Criston Cole out here continuing to break vows. Okay. This man, and he's still so bitter towards Rhaenyra. He's still so bitter towards Rhaenyra. But So what else happened? Let me think. It's been, like I said, it's been 2 weeks since I watched episode 1. But what else happened in episode 1? So then there was a scene when let me make sure. I want to make sure I'm getting all the what is happening? What's up with the lighting? That was weird. Sorry. I think that's pretty much all up until I get to the big point right now. I think that's pretty much everything. Oh no, that was one thing. Yeah, they capture the white worm, and she gives Damon the information. You know, so there's a real good scene where Damon, questions her about why did you betray us? Yada yada. She's like, I ain't betray. I'm just trying to get this money. Y'all don't care about me. But she's the one that gives Damon information that leads him to do what he does at the end of the episode. But also, let me speak on my man Corlys Velaryon. We get to see Corlys Velaryon. He goes down to where his ship is being repaired, and we run into Alan. I don't remember his last name, but Alan, I believe Alan to be one of Corlys's bastards. And then I'll get to it when we talk to season 2. Alan got a brother, and there was a scene. Well, we'll get to that in season 2. So, and in the end, I'm pretty sure what that's leading to. So, yeah. So that was an interesting scene because apparently Alan's the one who saved Corlys when he got hurt last season and barely lived. Alan's the one who saved his life. Okay, so I like to see that. First of all, I'd like to see more black people in Game of Thrones. Power to the people. I love it. Okay, I'm sure I'm missing some other stuff. But first of all, I just want to say, great season premiere. Brought us right back into the fold. I loved it. Oh, yeah, yes. I forgot about the opening. I got to talk about the opening. The opening of the episode of season 1 had us return to Winterfell. And it was so dope to hear the Winterfell theme. And you fly over and then they had, I think it was following the Raven that was delivering the message of Lucerys' death to Jacaerys, to his brother. But there was a great scene where Jacaerys is talking to the current Torrhen. I believe it was Torrhen Stark. I'm sure, but there was a great scene, and he was like, "Will the men fight hard?" He said, "Of course they'll fight hard. They're Northerners. They'll fight like Northerners." And it just made you feel Ned. It just made you feel Ned. For those of us from the original series who remember Ned, they'll fight like Northerners. So that was a great opening scene, to go back to Winterfell and then go back to the wall, to hear him tell the story about how even Aegon's dragons wouldn't go across the wall because they feared what was over there. We all know what's over there. But yeah, all that was dope. That was really dope. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned the opening scene of the return to Winterfell, and of course to understand that the Starks are Team Black, and they're staying loyal to Rhaenyra. Yeah. So there. Now, the ending of now we're gonna get to the end of the episode. The end of the episode. Daemon. Because I got one more thing. Rhaenyra only had one line in the whole episode. She's grieving. She's going through grief. She finds Lucerys' dragon wing and his cloak wash up ashore, and she finds it, and that's where she's like, okay, he's really dead. I confirm it. I can go on with the grieving process. She goes back to Dragonstone, meets in the council. All she says is, "I want Aemon Targaryen. I want Aemon Targaryen." That's all she says. So then that moves Daemon to be like, we gotta go get Aemon. So he plots to send the rat catchers, Rat and Cheese, to send, not Rat and Cheese, I don't remember his name, but he sends the dude in who used to be part of the Gold Close and got kicked out, who still was loyal to Daemon. Daemon sneaks into the city, coaxes him into sneaking into the palace. They're supposed to find Aemon. Meanwhile, Aemon and the king, they're all kicking it. They're just chilling. The king's in the Iron Throne with his little homies, talking shit about how he can get a better name. Aemon's sitting with Kristen Cole, plotting on the best war strategies. Okay, because Aegon has now invited Aemon to be part of the small council, even though Alicent didn't want it. Aegon was like, "No, you're coming in." And so now Aemon's meeting with Kristen Cole, trying to figure out how to, fight this war. And the whole time, the rat catcher and the dude, I can't remember the dude's name. It's something in cheese. I don't remember what it is. I keep saying hog and cheese. It's not hog, but I don't remember what it is. Blood and cheese. That's what it was. Blood and cheese is the dude's name. Blood. So they sneak in and they go, and their mission is supposed to be to find Aemon. But they ask Daemon, what if we can't find Aemon Targaryen? And then we don't hear Daemon's response. But it is led us to believe, it is forced on us to believe that Aemon said, a son for a son is the message that Daemon gives to Blood and Cheese. So they get in the castle, they're sneaking around. They can't find Aemon Targaryen. They come across Helaena. They take Helaena hostage, and she's got her 2 kids, Aegon's son and Aegon's daughter. And Blood and Cheese make her choose. And she points out Aegon, and they cut his head off. They cut Aegon's head off. It was so brutal. It was so brutal. The last scene of Helaena, that tracking shot of watching Helaena walk out the room with her daughter that's still alive, as you hear them sawing off Aegon, if you hear them sawing off the little baby's head, oh my goodness. It was brutal. It was brutal. House of the Dragon. And the fact that you didn't even need to show it, thank God. Okay, because let's remember, twice did they show dead babies in Game of Thrones. It was unnecessary. So this was bad enough. Just hearing them saw off the head was bad enough. And then Helaena walks into the room where Alicent's at, and Alicent was getting hurt, banged out by Kristen Cole. Technically, she was on top, but yeah, she walks in and she's just like, they killed the boy, and then that's how the episode ends. Okay, that's episode 1. Episode 2 picks up right where that leaves off. They're gathering all the staff together. They're trying to figure out what's happening. Aegon has now found out he is losing his mind. Losing his mind. Okay, let me just make a quick flashback to episode 1. In episode 1, there was a scene where Aegon took his son to the small council so he could learn things, and there he was messing with the with the leader of the Lannister house. I don't remember his name right now, but he was the dude who's running House Lannister at this point. He was messing with him. You know what I'm saying? I love how I love how in this timeline, in this early age, House Lannister isn't the force that they are in Game of Thrones. There's still a house on the rise. So it's funny to see him not be in the position of, not have House Lannister in the position of power where they have to be so subservient. And it was great. That's hilarious. Anyway, back to episode 2. Aegon is losing it. He's completely destroying the model of old Valyria that his father, King Viserys, had made. He's just totally destroying it. He's like, I declare war. They've killed my son. They castrated me. I declare. And he's just, I am the king. He is losing. It's all bad. Sorry. My throat was getting really dry. But, so at this point, Aegon is losing it. Everybody is questioning everybody. Like, Kristen Cole, where were you at? I was in bed. You didn't mention that I was in bed with your mama. He ain't say all that. He just, I was in bed. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. It's really bad. So, word gets back to Dragonstone that Aegon's son has been killed and that they're blaming Rhaenyra. Meanwhile, the whole time when this is happening, shiesty-ass Otto Hightower is like, look, this is a tragedy. We can use this to our advantage. We're going to parade the dead prince's son through the city so everybody can see it. And we're going to call Rhaenyra the Cruel. That was the name of the episode by name, was Rhaenyra the Cruel. And so, yeah, that's the plan. They do it and it works. And there was this one scene where they're moving the dead body through the city, and it gets stuck And the funeral procession gets stuck when the wheel gets stuck in like a pothole, and they're trying to move it wouldn't move, and you see the body shaking, and you're like, oh, and because they sewed the head back on. They sewed the head back on. And so you were shaking. It's like, oh, please don't let the head fall off. Please don't let the body fall out. It's just Game of Thrones. You know, they ain't above them to do something crazy like that. But luckily, nothing happens. It was the craziest tease ever. Okay, it was the craziest tease ever. So, again, everybody's tripping. Everybody's angry. Okay? Aegon hangs. He proceeds to hang all the rat catchers. Oh, hold on, let me before this. They capture Blood, okay, because they closed down the city, and then they captured Blood trying to leave the city, and he had the baby's head on him. So that it was pretty easy to figure he did it, okay? So they bring Blood in, okay? And Loras Strong is the one who questions him, and he gets in, he confesses everything, right? He's like, are you gonna hurt me, Loras? Is like, I'm not gonna hurt you. I can't say the same for your grace. And then Aegon comes in and just beats him to death with like a club. So I was like, oh, you could have seen that coming. You could have seen that one coming. You know what I'm saying? Aegon was not happy. So you've seen that from some. But anyway, he basically squealed and told everything. But he didn't know Cheese's name. So he just says one of the rat catchers. So Aegon rounds up all of the rat catchers in the Red Keep and hangs them all on display for everyone to see. And yes, they do get Cheese, but they also got like 10 innocent people. It was really bad. So meanwhile, they're having this council meeting back in Dragonstone trying to figure out who did it and what happened. Everybody's asking questions the whole time. My man Daemon's sitting there like he ain't do nothing, with the most guilty face ever. He's just like, and the whole time Rhaenys is looking at him like, nigga, I know you did this. And finally Rhaenyra looks at him. She's like, council dismissed. Then it goes to a private conversation with Rhaenyra and Daemon, and she's like, did you do this? And he's like, I had ordered them to kill Aemon. I didn't tell them to kill a child. And it leads to this whole bigger discussion about him not really being loyal to Rhaenyra, and him still being jealous that Rhaenyra's queen and he feels like he should be king and all that. And it's everything she said was true. And even Daemon can't fully deny it. Like at one point he was like, my brother's throne. And she's like, it's my throne. And she asked him, can you finally, he's like, look, I'm out here raising an army for you. She's like, I can't trust you, Daemon. I can't trust you. So Daemon leaves for Dragonstone. Now, while he's still loyal, he's still going to Dragonstone to secure it for her. He's a wild card. You got all the families fighting each other. Nobody can trust anybody. So meanwhile, back in King's Landing, Otto Hightower finds out that Aegon hung on the rat catchers and loses it. He basically spazzes on Aegon, saying, you're an idiot, you can't do this, that makes you a terrible king, makes you look weak. Kristen Cole's in there like, yo, man, you better watch who you talking to, son. Otto's like, I'm talking to my grandson. Who are you talking to? You better remember your place. I'm the hand of the king. So they get into it. Aegon's like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't like how you operate. You're fired. Throw in your badge. Give it to Kristen Cole. That's a terrible idea. That is a terrible, terrible idea. That is a terrible idea. Let me rewind real quick because I forgot an important point. Kristen Cole goes to Eric and Arik. Okay, I don't remember which one's which. Because the two twins, one went with Rhaenyra and one stayed with Aegon. The one that stayed with Aegon, Kristen Cole goes to him and says, hey, I need you to sneak into Dragonstone, pretend to be your brother, and kill Rhaenyra. He's like, what? First of all, he questions him about his loyalty. He just, where were you? All that. It was it was such a bitch move the way he gaslit him and then sent him to his death. It was so foul. But he goes and infiltrates the castle. And just when first of all, the whole scene when he's walking through and you don't know which brother's which, and then when he's just about to kill Rhaenyra, the real brother comes up, and then they have the brothers duel, and they both end up dying. I believe what happened was the one that was there to protect Rhaenyra ended up killing his brother, and then he was so shameful that he had to kill his brother, he killed himself. Or, I don't know. The other one might have, who knows? They're both dead. Eric and Arik are now dead because of buster-ass Kristen Cole. I'm so angry. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is my man Corlys Velaryon and his bastard sons. Alan and I don't remember his brother's name, something. There was a scene where he was out, you know what I'm saying, digging up crabs and clams in the sand, and then you see sea smoke fly over. So I'm pretty sure they're leaning to the fact that he's going to get sea smoke, and then, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, man, it's going down, okay? It's going down. Rhaenyra sends Baela or Rhaena, I'm not sure, one of Daemon's daughters. She sends them on Moondancer, I believe it is, to go patrol on King's Landing to make sure nothing crazy is going on over there. She didn't lose. Jacaerys wanted to go. She wouldn't let Jacaerys. She sends the black girl. I don't like that. Don't be racist, Rhaenyra. Don't be racist. Anyway, that's my review of the first 2 episodes. I'm sure I forgot some stuff. I always forget stuff. I'm sorry. Put it in the comment if there's something I forget that you wanted me to talk about. But the season is starting off fire. I'm loving it. Episode 3 starts in a couple hours. Hopefully I'll get this up tonight. Hopefully I'll get episode 3 review up by tomorrow. We'll see. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Make sure you keep it locked right here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications so you know when I upload. Check out the travel vlogs, man. We got a lot of good things going on over there. I'm still uploading Disney vlogs. I'm still uploading Thailand vlogs. Things is popping. We're going to be announcing our next trip pretty soon. I believe it's going to be September when we actually travel, but the announcement will be coming pretty soon. So keep it locked to the channel. Of course, your support is always appreciated and loved. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time, you know how we do. Peace. 100, y'all.
I'm gonna go to the end.